Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Agajanana Padmarkam, Gajanana Maharnisham, Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam, Ekadantam Upasmahe. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Okay. Namaste Priya Bhagini.
Namaste Bhagini.
Okay. 5 lessons so far. So today we will be starting the 6th one. At the beginning of the lesson, we have this one-line proverb. Let us look at that. Apat kale cha samprapte yan mitram mitrameva tat. Okay, so he who is there with us during our times of difficulty, he alone is our true friend. So atra anvayarachana kathamasti yat mitram apatkale samprapte tateva mitram. Here mitram is napumsakalinga shabda, though it indicates a person. So that is why the pronouns used are yat and tat. Okay. Anantaram samasaha. Avyayi bhava samasaha. So far we have seen tatpurusha samasa, bahuvrihi samasa, dvandva samasa, and other forms of tatpurusha samasa. So today we have avyayi bhava samasa. In tatpurusha samasa, the second word is more dominant. The meaning of the samastapadam is dominated by the second word of the samastapadam. In bahuvrihi samasa, it is anyapada pradhanyata asti. In bahuvrihi samasa, anyapada pradhanyata. It is not the purvapada or uttarapada. Completely anyapada pradhanyata asti. Avyayi bhava samasa pade purvapada pradhanyata asti. So the first word is more dominant. Okay, so and the first word will be an avyayam. In avyayi bhava samasa, the first word will be avyayam, and the complete samastapadam also will be an avyayam. The complete samastapadam is also an avyayam. And what is an avyayam? Indeclinable, means it will not change as per the linga, vachana and vibhakti. It will remain the same no matter where you use it. So the word itself is an avyayam, and it has an avyayam as its purvapada. So that is an avyayi bhava samasa. So let us look, and there are so many avyayas, right? We have so many avyayas. So we can make a samastapadam with any of these avyayas. But here we will be covering some very important samasas that are made with commonly used avyayas. So upakrishnam. Upa means samipe. Upakrishnam. Krishnasya samipe. It means Krishnasya samipe, means near Krishna, Upakrishna. The word upavasam also comes like that only, means staying close. Vasam means staying or living or being. Upa, so close. So basically upavasa means staying close to the God. Means constantly thinking about him, doing his bhajans or whatever. So forgetting everything else. Forgetting everything else, we just stay with the thought of Bhagavan in our minds. That is upavasa. But today it has become just fasting. Upavasa means everybody is thinking it is only fasting. They keep doing other things, and just by fasting they think they are doing upavasa. But more than fasting, what it means is we have to be in Daiva Dhyanam. And we should be so much involved in the dhyanam that we forget to eat. That is the main concept there. We don't have to by force control our hunger. It has to happen naturally. Only then it will become upavasa. If we are by force controlling our hunger, That is not actually what God wants us to do. We have to satiate our hunger by eating some simple foods if we feel hungry, because that will again be an act of sin. Like controlling your anger, your hunger will also is not at all asked at any point of time by God. Okay, so coming back, Upakrishnam means Krishnasya Samipe. Upavriksham, Vrikshasya Samipe. And then, so Upa with anything, Upanagaram, Nagarasya Samipe. Like that, we will have with the word Upa. And then we have Adhihari, Harau iti. Harau means Harihi, Ikaranta Pumlinga Shabdaha, Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachane, Harau. So, means in Hari. Adhihari means in Hari, means we are looking into Hari or having faith in Hari. In that sense, it is used. And for this, we use the word Adhi. The avyayam used is Adhi to indicate that. Nirjanam, Nir is negation. It indicates absence. So, Jananam Abhavaha. Jananam Abhavaha. When there are no people, Nirjanam. Nirjanam Vanam. Nirjanam Gramam. Nirjanam Nagaram. So, where people are not there. A Nagaram that has no people. A village that has no people. And so on. Yatha Shakti. Shaktim Anatikramya. Shaktim Anatikramya means not going beyond our capability, but to the best of our capability. Yatha Shakti means as much as we can do. We need not go beyond our Shakti, but as much as we can, we have to give. That is Yatha Shakti. Anurupam, Rupasya Yogyam. Rupasya Yogyam. Anurupam is Rupasya Yogyam, means we are just enforcing or emphasizing on the fact that the Rupam or the form is beautiful. Anurupam.
అనువర్తనం అంటే దానికి
అది
ఫాలోయింగ్
ఫాలోయింగ్.
కదండి అవును
అది ఫాలోయింగ్ కిందకు వస్తుంది. అనువర్తతే, అనుసరతి, ఆల్ దట్ విల్ కమ్ ఎస్ ఫాలోయింగ్. అవి క్రియాపదాలతో వచ్చినాయి కదా. అనువర్తతే, అనుసరతి, ఆల్ దోస్ ఆర్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఉపసర్గాస్ ఆఫ్ క్రియాపదాని. సో అక్కడ we have a little difference there in the meaning. Here Anurupam is we are just reinforcing the degree of beauty.
అనురూప అంటే ఇప్పుడు పుల్లింగంలోకి వస్తుంది కదండి, అంటే ఇప్పుడు రూపాన్ని ఫాలో అయినటువంటిది అని చెప్పిన.
And usually avyayi bhava samasa, avyayams mostly will be napumsaka. Most of them will be in napumsaka, but sometimes you can always find in other lingas also.
That's what I thought. Anurupa, Anurupa, Anurupam.
When they are used as adjectives, again, sometimes when they are used as adjectives, then you can use them in Pumlinga, Strilinga, and Napumsaka. But then they are not classified strictly as avyayas.
Okay.
So it depends. It all depends on the context. Usually, avyayams are napumsaka, usually, but sometimes they are in other lingas also. And especially if they are used as an adjective, of course, even though they are avyayas, if they are being used as adjectives, they will be taken in all three lingas. And sometimes a particular avyayam can be used as it is without changing the linga as per the noun that it qualifies. That also can happen.
So how do you differentiate this anu, that anu?
So upasargas are slightly different than the avyayams that we have. Avyayams are more in number than the upasargas, but they will overlap. Right. You will have some upasargas which are also used as avyayams, and some avyayams also used as upasargas, and then we have different words which are used as avyayas, which are not upasargas. But again, the way they are used, they can always change in the meaning that they represent. Here, Anurupam is you are emphasizing on that beauty.
Yeah.
Bhagini, can we take that the ones with the, like you mentioned before, the ones with the verb, that is with the vartate, or with anusarati,
Sarati.
those ones are definitely not
Sargas.
avyayi. Yeah, they are upasargas and they are not avyayi bhava samadhi.
Yeah. See, upasargas are always used only with kriyapadam. So there is no chance that you will use upasarga all by itself. We will always use it with a kriyapadam.
Anusarati will never be an avyayi bhava.
No, because it is not a samasa. It is a kriyapadam with an upasarga.
Right.
Okay.
So
that
an
will
be the difference.
That will be the difference. An avyayam is a word by itself, actually. Right? And we are using it in, with another word to make a samasa padam. So that is why it became avyayi bhava samasa. But then again, whether that avyayam can be used, though it is a word, though it is an independent word, it cannot be used by itself also. It is used only in samasta padams. That also is there, certain words. Okay. But upasarga cannot be used. When upasarga is used, it is always with a kriyapadam, and kriyapadam you can identify. It will be a lakara, so you will be able to identify. So you will not be confused between a kriyapadam with an upasarga and a avyayi bhava samasapadam. Okay. And then the next word is prativriksham. Vriksham prati means each and every tree. Griham prati. Bhikshukaha griham gacchati. So the bhikshukaha went to each and every house. Bhikshartham. Okay, to beg for food. So here we have upa, adhi, nir, yatha, anu, prati. Okay, these are used, these avyayas are used to form avyayi bhava samasa. Like I said, there are many more avyayas which can be used to form avyayi bhava samasa. But here only the important or most commonly used ones are given. So with that, we have covered all the samasas. So we covered Tatpurusha, Dvigu, Dvandva. Of course, Dvigu is again a form of Tatpurusha. Bahuvrihi and Avyayi Bhava Samasa. Within Tatpurusha, again Karmadharaya Samasa, Nai Tatpurusha, we have covered. And then, so in general, what are the common rules that can be applied for Samasa in general? So this also we have discussed earlier. So when we are making a samasa, the first word we have to take the pratipadika. The second word will get the vibhakti endings. The second word will get the vibhakti endings. 1 second. Okay. So the first word we take the pratipadika, like Rama Lakshmanau. Rama we take the pratipadika, Lakshmanau. Since we have only 2 words here, the second word will represent the vachana, linga, and the vibhakti. Okay, so here it is in prathama vibhakti, dvivachana, pumlinga. Since it is an akaranta shabdaha, Rama Lakshmanau. If we want to say Rama Hari, Rama Hari we have to say, because Harihi, ikaranta pumlinga shabda in dvivachana will be Hari. So if we are joining Rama and Hari in Dvandva Samasa, Rama Hari it will become. Or Hari Ramau. When we put Hari in the beginning, we take the Pratipadikam of Hari, which is Hari. So Hari Ramau, like that. Rama Site. If we say Rama and Sita, if we join them in Samastapadam, Sita being Akaranta Strilinga Shabda, in Dvivachana Prathama Vibhakti, it will be Site. So Rama Site. Sita Ramau. If we take in this order, then Rama is at the end. Since it is a Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda, it will end as Ramau. Sita Ramau. And so on. So the first word always will be the Pratipadika. Okay. And if there is a possibility of sandhi between the two words, then the sandhi karyam should definitely be done. Okay? Like Devalayaha. Deva plus Alayaha. Devalayaha. So here it is Deva Akaranta, Alayaha, starting with Akara. Savarnidirgha Sandhi can happen. So Devalayaha. That is the second rule. Between two words of a samasa, Sandhi should necessarily be effected, but only if the conditions are favorable. Like Hari, Rama Lakshmana. There is no favorable condition for any Sandhi. So we just place the words next to each other. Rama, Lakshmana. So, but when there is a possibility for Sandhi to happen, we should definitely do that. So, a few examples are given. Bhagavat plus Anugraha. Bhagavad Anugraha. Here, Vyanjana Sandhi has happened. The Takara became Takara. It is Jashtva Sandhi. We have covered this in the Shiksha syllabus. And then Rama plus Anujaha, Ramanujaha, Savarna Dirgha Sandhi happened. Sardha plus Ekadasha Vadanam, Sardhaikadasha Vadanam, Vriddhi Sandhi. So whenever there is, the conditions are favorable for a Sandhi to happen between the Samasta Padams, it should definitely take place. And then when we have more than two words in a Samasa, and when we are trying to write the Vigraha Vakyam for those, we have to write or decline only two at a time. We have to dissolve only two words at a time, except for Dvandva Samasa. In Dvandva Samasa, all the words carry equal significance. So we can dissolve them simultaneously, like Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugnaha. So Ramaha cha, Lakshmanaha cha, Bharataha cha, Shatrugnaha cha. We can dissolve it in one Vigraha Vakya. But if we have more than two words, which is not a Dvandva Samasa, we have to take two words at a time, dissolve, and then take the third word. We will see that in the next lesson. In the next lesson, the complete exercise is focused on Samasta Padams which have more than two words. Okay. Samastapada, even if it ends with different cases, Vigraha Vakya should be written with Prathama ending, and at the end, whatever Vibhakti is there, that should be written. We have discussed this also earlier. In the sentences, we have come across some Samastapadams which are in different Vibhaktis, right? Say, for example, Saha Pitambaraha. Okay, here Pitambaraha is in Prathama Vibhakti. Tam Pitambaram Aham Namami. I am saluting that person who is wearing yellow clothes. Okay. Tam Pitambaram Aham Namami. Tena Pitambarena Saha. Pitambarena Saha Lakshmi Upavishati. Okay. Lakshmi is sitting with Pitambaraha. Here in this case, Pitambaraha is Vishnu. Okay. Pitambaraya aham phalani dadami. I am giving fruits for Pitambaraha. So here, Pitambaraya aham phalani dadami. When I am declining the Pitambaraya here, Pitam ambaram yasya saha. And then comma, tasmai, I have to write. So when I'm writing the Vigraha Vakyam for Pitambaraya, I have to take it as Prathama Vibhakti only. So Pitambaraha. If I say Pitambaraha, Pitam Ambaram Yasya Saha. Right? Yasya Saha only I should write, like in Prathama Vibhakti. And then put a comma, to him, for him. So Tasmai. That Vibhakti of the Samastapadam should be separated. There will be a Vibhakti within the Vigraha Vakyam that is describing the Samastapadam. We are not talking about that Vibhakti. We are talking about the Vibhakti of the Samastapadam itself. It will take a Vibhakti depending on what role it is playing in the sentence. That Vibhakti we have to separate and write. Pitambarena saha Lakshmi upavishati. Pitambarena. Here also Pitam ambaram yasya saha, comma, tena. That is how we have to decline. So that is what is being said in this fourth point. Samasta padam, even if it ends with different cases, Vigraha Vakya should be written with Prathama ending. And at the end, tam, tena, tasya should be added to indicate the required vibhakti. So did you understand this point? So here a couple of examples are given. Pitambarena, Pitam ambaram yasya saha, and then comma tena. Dasharatha putraya, Dasharathasya putraha tasmai. Okay. So that is about samasas. We will have again more points, regarding the samasa padams in the next lessons also. But we have covered all the samasas so far. Tatpurusha, Bahuvrihi, Avyayi Bhava Samasa, and Dvandva Samasa. And within Tatpurusha, again Karmadharaya, Dvigu, Nai Tatpurusha, all those are there. Okay. Vishesha Vishayaha. Now Alankaraha. Here a lot of focus is not given on Alankaras, just what is an Alankara, what are the two types of Alankaras, and very brief introduction about each we will be studying. So Alankaras is nothing but figures of speech. Okay, in English grammar we call that as a figure of speech. So here we have broadly two kinds of Alankaras, Shabda Alankara and Artha Alankara. So Shabda Alankara, as the meaning indicates, so just the sound of the words. Okay, the Alankara here focuses only on the sounds of the words. You will, when you are listening to some poetry, even in English, sometimes a set of alphabets will be repeating again and again and again. So when you are reciting that poem, there will be a rhythm to that, a pattern to it. So which will make it beautiful to listen to. So that is nothing but Shabdalankara. So in any language we have that. So here in Shabdalankara the sounds are important. So here again this has three types: Chekanuprasaha, Vrityanuprasaha and Yamakam. So Chekanuprasaha is where one consonant or a group of consonants recur only once. They will recur only once in that shloka. Then it is called Chekanuprasaha. Vrityanuprasaha is it can recur many times. It can be repeated many times. And then if a group of consonants also recur. So the difference between Yamakam and Vrityanuprasa is, in Vrityanuprasa, a set of consonants will repeat again and again. But in Yamakam, the meaning of those words can also be different. Means it is a whole, means the set of consonants that are repeating can actually mean something, and the meaning can also be different. Okay. In Vrityanuprasa, it need not be a complete word. The consonants that are repeating need not be a complete word, and they will still be repeated. In Yamakam, many times it is a complete word, but the meaning can be different every time it is repeated. So here we have some examples given. For Chekanuprasaha, Sharada, Sharadam Bhojavadana, Vadanam Bhuje. So here Sharada, it is repeated once. And again Vadana, also repeated once. So if a group of consonants is repeated just once, it is called Chekanuprasa. Okay. Sharada, Sharadam Bhojavadana, Vadanam Bhuje. Okay. So basically this is like Sharada and Sharadam Bhoja Vadana. The second Sharada means, the first Sharada means Sharada Devi we can take. The second Sharada is of the Sharad Dhritu. Of the Sharad Dhritu. So Sharadam Bhoja Vadana. She who has the face of a lotus of the Sharad Kala, of the Sharad Dhritu. Vadanam Bhuje. Again, Ambuja means that which is born out of water, and usually it refers to lotus. Vadanam Bhuje. Ante she who has the face of a lotus. Here also, like Sharada in both cases, in the first occurrence, it refers to goddess Saraswati, whereas in the second reference, it means of the Sharadrutu. Okay, there the meaning again has changed a little bit, but here the focus is if the set of consonants is repeated just once, it is called Shekanuprasa. Here we are not concerned about whether it is of the same meaning or different meaning. We are not concerned about that. The second example is Tava Stanyam Manye Dharanidhara Kanye. This is Vrityanuprasaha. Here that Nya is repeated. Okay, it's repeated it can be repeated any number of times. There is no restriction. It is called Vrityanuprasa. Vritya means like a circle. So it is repeated again and again and again. It is called Vrityanuprasa. Tava Stanyam Manye Dharanidhara Kanye. So Dharanidhara means Dharani is earth. Dhara means Lord, Lord of the earth. Dharanidhara Kanye means daughter of the Lord of the earth. I think, Manye means I think. Tava Stanyam. So this sentence is incomplete, basically. So your milk, I think, is some of certain quality, which might have been given in the next line. And then the third one, Saraswati Prasadam Me Sthitim Chitta Saraswati Saraswati Kurukshetra Saraswati. Sorry, Kshetra Kurukshetra Saraswati. This is Yamakam. Here the word Saraswati is repeated many times, and every time the meaning has changed. I am also not sure how the Saraswati is used in every occurrence. The first Saraswati I am thinking is the goddess Saraswati. Prasadam means give me, may. Sthitim. What kind of sthiti? Chitta Saraswati. Means like buddhi. Okay. Again, Saraswati Kuru. Kshetra Kurukshetra Saraswati. Kurukshetra Saraswati again means the knowledge of warfare, I'm thinking. Okay. So you give me the buddhi or the focus or the shraddha and also the knowledge of the yuddha. That is what I'm thinking. I might be wrong. I don't know. So that is with Shabdalankara. Coming to Arthalankara. So here also the name suggests Artha. So here the meaning of the words used is important. It is not Shabda. Not only the sound. Here the meaning carries weight. So here also we have so many types of Arthalankaras, but only a few we look at this point of time. Upamalankara means a simile in English grammar. It is the most common alankaras of all. So you all know Upama. We have studied about Upamanam in Tatpurusha Samasa also. Upamana Purvapada Karmadharaya Samasa, Upamana Uttarapada Karmadharaya Samasa, so on. So Upamanam means that which we use as an object of comparison. And usually that object should be a very well-known object. Everybody should know that. Only such objects we use as Upamana. And anything that is compared using an Upamana is called Upamalankara. Okay. So here let us look at some examples. Mukham Chandraha Iva Sundaram. Okay. Mukham Chandraha Iva Sundaram. So the face is beautiful like the moon. Okay. So this sentence has 4 parts. One is Mukham, means the object which we are comparing. Chandraha, the object to which we are comparing. Iva means like what kind of comparison we are making. And then Sundaram, the quality that we are comparing. So Chandraha can have many qualities. We can use the quality of its roundness to compare, or we can use the quality of radiance that a Chandra has to compare. So we can use any quality of the moon, right? So here the quality is that we are using to compare is Sundaram, the beauty of the moon. So Mukham Chandraha Iva Sundaram. So here the word which we are comparing is called Upameyam. Okay, Upameyam. The object which we use for comparison, which should be well-known object, is Chandraha. It is called Upamanam, Chandraha. Iva is called Upama Vachakam. Upama Vachakam means word used to make the comparison. And then Sadharana Dharmaha. What is the quality that is present in both? Okay, in the Mukham and in the Chandraha. It is the beauty. So the object of comparison, not object of comparison, the quality which we are comparing is called Sadharana Dharmaha. For Upama Vachakam, there will be words like Sadrisha, Vat, Yatha. All these can be used as Upama Vachakas. Like Mukham, Chandraha, Sadrishaha, Sundaram. We can say like that also. Chandravat, Sundaram. Like that also we can say. Yatha Chandraha Sundaram, Tatha Mukham Api Sundaram. Like that also we can say. Okay, so we can use any of these words as Upama Vachakas. So when all these four words are used in a sentence, when a comparison is being made, it is called Purnopama. Purna Upama means the sentence is complete. It has all the four parts: Upamanam, Upameyam, Sadharana Dharma, and Upama Vachaka. Sometimes Upama Vachaka may not be there. Sometimes the Sadharana Dharma also may not be there. But Upamana and Upameya will definitely be there because we need to know what is being compared to what. So those two will be compulsory. But many times Upama Vachaka and the quality, Sadharana Dharma, are implied. So whenever somebody says Mukha Chandram, okay, so Chandra has a few qualities. So either the person who is saying that word might be implying the roundness of the moon or the radiance of the moon or the beauty of the moon. He can mean any one of those. Of course, it is not clear if it is not explicitly stated. So we can take any of those three. Okay, we can take any of those three qualities when it is not explicitly stated. Okay, but if all the four parts are stated, then we call that Upama as Purnopama because it is very explicitly giving all the words. When any of these, like the Sadharana Dharma or Vachaka Shabda, is not explicitly stated, it is called Luptopama. Lupta means like Lopa. Luptopama. So the Upama which is missing a few attributes. Vani Sudha Iva Asti. Okay, here we have all four. In this, what is the Upamanam?
Vani.
Upamanam means to which you are comparing.
Compared. Acha, Sudha. Sorry.
Sudha.
Sudha.
What is Upameyam?
Upameyam is Vani.
What is Upama Vachaka?
Upama Vachaka Iva.
Iva. And what is the quality?
That is not mentioned.
That is not given. That is not given. So this is Luptopama. This sentence is Luptopama. Why? Because we don't have the Sadharana Dharma given. But it is implied. Sudha means Madhu. Madhu means Madhuram Asti. So we know what quality they are trying to imply by comparing it with Sudha. So it is implied. So many times when the quality is obvious, it will not be stated explicitly. Okay. So, but we have to understand that. That is why I said we have to know we have to use a word which is well known, only that as Upamanam. If somebody doesn't know what Sudha is, they will not understand this word or this sentence. Vani Sudha Iva Asti means they won't understand. Oh, the speech is sweet as honey. They won't understand. So always the comparison, the word being used, taken for comparison, should be a well-known object. It should be well-known for its quality, especially for its quality, because that is what we are using it for. Okay, so we have a few more examples. Let us identify the upamana, upameya, upamavachaka and sadharana dharma in these sentences. Krishnaha meghavat shyamalaha. Upamanaha kim?
Upamanaha meghaha.
Upameyam?
Upameyam is Krishnaha. But if we mentioned, if we are mentioning Lord Krishna, Krishna is equally well known. Of course, it is impossible to say whether we are mentioning Lord Krishna or the normal, any proper known Krishna over here. But if there is a direct reference to Lord Krishna and Megham, then and Megha, then wouldn't that be a clash of Upamanam and Upameyam, Bhagini?
No. Because we are, I understand what you are saying. Krishna is a well-known person. Everybody knows about Lord Krishna. But that he is dark and as dark as the cloud. So here we are only trying to say or describe Krishna. So since we are describing the color of Krishna, we can take Megha only as Upamana.
Okay.
And here in this particular sentence, it clearly says, Krishnaha meghavat shyamalaha. Like Megha, he is dark. So it is obvious.
Correct.
Meghaha Krishnavat shyamalaha, we don't say usually.
Yeah.
So many times we again go with the flow. Here, sometimes even the object of the Upameyam also can be something which is very well known. But this is how the comparison is being made by the poet. He chose to make the comparison like this. See, it is all at the end of the day, everything boils down to the speaker's intention.
Yeah, true.
Right? What the poet is trying to convey, that is what we need to understand and focus on. So because we are trying to understand the kavyas, and so what the poet has in his mind when composing this, so that is what we are trying to understand. So here the poet is comparing Krishna to the Megha. So, and Upamavachaka?
Vat.
Sadharana dharmaha?
Shyamalaha.
Anantaram abhimanyuhu api shuraha yatha arjunaha. Upamanam?
Abhimanyuhu api shuraha yatha arjunaha. Upamanam is yatha arjunaha. Arjunaha.
Upameyam?
Abhimanyu.
Sadharana dharmaha?
Yatha.
Shuraha.
Shuraha.
Shaurya.
Shuraha is sadharana dharma.
Sadharana.
Yatha is upamavachaka.
Okay.
Anantaram kumbhakarnaha talavrikshaha iva asit. Upamanam?
Upamanam
Talavrikshaha. Upameyam?
Kumbhakarnaha.
Upamavachaka?
Iva.
Sadharana dharmaha?
It's not given.
It is not given. Luptopama. But we know what is the quality that is being compared when you mention Talavrikshaha?
Unnataha.
Unnataha. So when you say as a quality, we have to change it like the Tadhittanta word, Aunnatyam. Unnataha means tall. So we are saying the quality of that tallness, right? So Aunnatyam. So Sadharana Dharmaha is Aunnatyam. In all these also, we have to change the Sadharana Dharma into that quality. Tadhittanta Rupa we have to change. So Shyamalaha will be Shyamalatvam. Shuraha will be Shauryam. Unnataha So Kumbhakarnaha Talavrikshaha iva unnataha asti. In a sentence you will say unnataha asti, saha unnataha asti. But what is the quality that is compared? Aunnatyam. The quality that is being compared is Aunnatyam. So Sadharana Dharmaha we have to write it as Aunnatyam. Anantaram Eshaha Nripaha Karna Sadrishaha. Eshaha Nripaha Karna Sadrishaha. Upamanam kim?
Karnaha.
Upameyam?
Upameyam is Eshaha Nripaha.
Sadharana Dharmaha?
Sadharana Dharma
Danam. So
Luptam is
Danam. Danashilata. Danashilata. Danam means the actual danam. But the quality of giving is danashilata. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Upamavachaka?
Sadrishaha.
Sadrishaha. Okay, good.
So, okay, Eshaha is not, it's only
Eshaha
pointing
is only
to
Visheshana
Eshaha is only a
to
Visheshana.
Nripaha. Got it.
Okay. So now let us look at the Abhyasa. Adaha dattani vigraha vakyani avalambya samastam padam likhata. Nagarasya samipe.
Upanagaram.
Atmani iti.
Atmani iti will be Adhyatman.
Correct. Adhyatma.
Okay. It will be Adhyatma.
So the Atma, when you are joining it with Adhi, we have to take the Prathama Vibhakti Rupam only. So for Atma, the Prathama Vibhakti Rupam is Atma. Right? Adhi plus Atma, Adhyatma. End Sandhi will take place and we will get Adhyatma.
So it's not Atman, it is Atma.
Atma, Adhyatma.
Okay.
Atmani is the Saptami Vibhakti form of Atman Shabda. Okay. Vidhim anatikramya.
Vidhim anatikramya. This is yatha vidhi.
Yatha vidhim. We have to put
Yatha
them
vidhim.
in 1 second.
Yatha
vidhi, actually.
Yatha vidhi. That's what I said.
Yes, yatha vidhi. Vane vane.
Vane.
Prativanam.
Prativanam.
Prativanam. So yatha vidhi means as per the vidhi. Vidhi means rules given by our shastras to perform certain rituals. So yatha vidhi, you have to do many times.
That's what you were Yatha vidhiya. Yatha, that's what I was asking. Yatha vidhihina, yatha vidhi.
Vidhi. 1 second, let me check.
Because it will be Anvaya, Avyayam, I think it will be Yathavidhi only, I think.
Yathavidhi, because it is Avyayam, Yathavidhi only. Normally, Vidhi by itself is a Pumlinga, can also be taken as a Strilinga Shabda. Okay, but in Yathavidhi, it will become Yathavidhi only. It is an Avyayam. It will not take any gender, but maybe if it is used sometimes in contextual matters, it might take some lingas, but right now it is just Yathavidhi.
Atmani iti Adhyatma. Adhyatmaki dirgha undalante Adhyatma ante sariputunda.
Adhyatma will have dirgha.
It has to have a dirgha. Dirgha means
Adhyatma.
it will be like a Strilinga, no?
Ledu. Atma also is a Atma. Atma is a Pumlinga Shabda. Atma by itself is a Pumlinga Shabda. This is Avyaya. This is an Avyaya. But Adhyatma will have dirgha. It will have dirgha, and it can be taken as a
Atma is it a Pumlinga Shabda or a Strilinga Shabda, Bhagini?
Atma is a Pumlinga Shabda. Atman, Nakaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Prathama Vibhakti Rupam is Atma. Okay, Adhyatma is there in Pumlinga, Napumsaka and Strilinga. In Strilinga, it will be Adhyatma, Dirgham is there. In Pumlinga and Napumsaka, there is no Dirgham.
ఆన్సర్లో అధ్యాత్మం అని రాశాడండి.
అధ్యాత్మం అని రాశాడా?
ఇప్పుడే చూస్తున్నాను.
He has taken it as Napumsakam.
He took it as Napumsakam.
That is another thing that because here ikkada Adhi Hari, Harau iti, that of course we know that is Harau. Hari is Pumlinga Shabda, so it came as Harau iti in Saptami.
But the word itself is Adhi Hari, right? Only Hari.
Adhi Hari only వచ్చింది ఇక్కడ.
So Adhyatmam, it is there in all three lingas. So basically, depending on the context, we can take. Ikkada they gave it as Napumsaka. Like I said, Avyayi Bhava is usually represented in Napumsaka, but sometimes, as per the situation, we can take it in other lingas also.
So if we write Adhyatma, will it be correct?
Adhyatma also will be correct.
Okay.
And Vani Vane Prativanam. This is always in Napumsaka only. Prativanam, Pratigriham, Prati Nagaram, like that. Gunasya Yogyam.
Gunasya Yogyam. Anugunam.
Anugunam. Okay? Means as per the quality of the gunas. As per the qualities. Makshikanam Abhavaha.
Makshikanam Abhavaha.
Nirmakshikam. Jane Jane.
Jane Jane. So Prati will not come. Prati looks awkward.
Prati only. Prati Janam.
Prati Janam. Okay.
Means every single person.
Oh, Prati Janam.
So Nayakaha Prati Janam Vadati. You can say that. The leader has spoke to each and every person. We can use it in that sense. Okay, Jane Jane. Prati Janam. He spoke to each and every single person. The leader. Okay, in such contexts we can use. Sankhyam Anatikramya.
Yatha Sankhyam.
Yatha Sankyam. Actually, Yatha Sankyam. Sankhya is a Akaranta Shabda. So here Sankyam, Yatha Sankyam. It is again taken as Napumsaka. Artham.
Prati Artham.
Pratyartham. Prati plus Artham, Yam Sandhi will happen.
Sandhi. Yeah. Okay.
Adesham Anatikramya.
Adesham. Yatha Adesham. Yatha, then again the Sandhi will happen. Yatha Adesham,
Savarna Dirgha Sandhi will happen. Yatha
Adesham.
Means as per the order given. We have to do as much as we can as per the order given to the best of our capability. Anantaram. Vigraha Vakyani Likata. Yathamati.
Yathamati. So Mati.
Matim ade Anatikramya.
Anatikramya. Nirbhayam.
Nirbhayam will be
Bhayasya Abhavaha.
Bhayasya Abhavaha means where there is no fear. Nirbhayam. Pratividyalayam.
This is easy.
Vidyalaye.
So it won't be Vidyalaye.
Normally it will be in Saptami Vibhakti only. Here Artham, I have to check why it is not in Saptami Vibhakti actually. Usually this will be in Saptami Vibhakti only. So Vidyalaye, Prati Vidyalayam.
Okay.
Upakrishnam.
Krishnasya Samipe.
Yathakramam.
Yatha kramam.
Kramam anatikramya.
Kramam anatikramya.
Yes. Kramam anatikramya. Pratidinam.
Dine dine.
Dine dine. Upavanam.
Vanasya.
Vanasya samipam.
Vanasya samipam. Gramam upavanam asti.
Vanasya samipe or vanasya samipam?
Vanasya samipe, you can say. Vanasya samipe. Okay. Nirdesham.
Nirdosham.
Sorry, nirdosham.
Nirdosham. Doshasya abhavaha.
Doshasya abhavaha. Doshasya abhavaha. If you have more than one dosha, doshanam abhavaha. Loke iti.
Adhilokam.
Adhilokam. Uttamam. Anantaram adho nirdishteshu avaranastayoho padayoho sthane samastam padam likhata. Gramasya samipe nadi pravahati.
Upagramam.
Upagramam nadi pravahati. Matim anatikramya uttaram vadami.
Matim anatikramya. Yatamati.
Yathamati uttaram vadami. Bhikshukah gramam gramam gacchati.
Gramam. So here also it is not, it's gramam gramam.
So basically in gramam gacchati, when you want to say bhikshukah gramam gacchati, there gramam will be the karma padam and it will be in dvitiya vibhakti, right? So that is why it is given in dvitiya vibhakti. Whereas in the previous sentence, jane jane or vane vane, prativanam, prativanam mrigaha santi. So in each and every vanam, there are animals, wild animals. So here we are using it in the sense of saptami vibhakti, in the sense of adhikarana. That is why we use a saptami vibhakti. So what I understand is if we are using it in the sense of karma padam, we put it in dvitiya vibhakti. Otherwise, we put it in saptami vibhakti.
So if it is just the word given, like here,
you can
artham.
You put it in saptami vibhakti by default. You not in particular. I'm not talking about artham in particular. If a word is given to you in general, like say for example, pratidinam. So dine only you write. Okay. By taking it, by default the saptami vibhakti. If in a sentence it is there, then depending on what role that word is playing in the sentence, if it is the karma padam, then put it in dvitiya vibhakti. If it is indicating the adhikarana, then we put it in saptami vibhakti. Here artham, we shall see if it is used in a sentence, then how it can see. Artham. So prati artham means the meaning, every meaning of a word. Okay, tell all the meanings of the word. Say for example, we want to say prati artham vadatu. So here it is playing the role of a karma padam only. So we can say artham.
That way it may be in dvitiya.
So we can take it as in that sense. We can take it as it is in dvitiya vibhakti. But if we are using it in the sense of saptami, in every meaning, how can we make a sentence? In every meaning of that word, in that sense, if we use, then arthe we can say. If we are taking in the sense of adhikarana, then we can put it in saptami vibhakti. If we are taking it in the sense of karma padam, then we can put it in dvitiya vibhakti. Okay. नवरात्रोत्सवकाले गृहे सरस्वती पूजा प्रचलति.
प्रतिगृहं.
नवरात्रोत्सवकाले प्रतिगृहं सरस्वती पूजा प्रचलति. सदने संस्कृतं विलसेत्.
Sadanam. Oh, Sadanam, it is already given there. Like Griham. So Prati Sadanam.
Sadanam Samskritam Vilaset. Sannyasi Kutirasya Samipe Upavishati.
Upakutiram.
Sannyasi Upakutiram Upavishati. So the sannyasi sat near the kutiram. Guruhu Shastram Anatikramya Bodhayati.
Shastram Anatikramya. Yatha Shastram.
Yatha Shastram Bodhayati. Bodhanam Anatikramya Chhatrena Uttaram Likitam.
Yatha Bodhanam.
Yatha Bodhanam Chhatrena Uttaram Likitam means as per the teaching. Yatha Bodhanam means as like however he was taught. He wrote like that. Kramam Anatikramya Saha Pujam Kritavan.
Yatha Kramam.
Acharyasya Samipe Shishyaha Upavishanti.
Acharyasya Samipe. Acharyam. Okay.
Upa Acharyam Shishyaha Upavishanti. Upa and Acharyam, Upacharyam. Savarna Dirgha Sandhi happens. Anantaram, Sindhu Bhagini, would you like to try the next exercise? Adho nirdishteshu upamanopameyadikam nirdishata. Lalanayaha mukham chandravat sundaram. Sindhu Bhagini, you are there?
Am Bhagini.
Lalanayaha mukham chandravat sundaram. Lalana means woman.
Okay. In that I have to find the Upamanam.
Upameyam, Upamavachaka and Sadharana Dharmaha. What is the Upamanam?
Chandraha.
What is Upameyam?
Lalana. Lalana.
Being compared to Chandra here in this sentence. Mukham. Mukham is being compared to Chandra. But whose Mukham? Lalanayaha Mukham. The woman's Mukham. So, Upameyam will be Lalanayaha Mukham. Simply Mukham also you can write or Lalanayaha Mukham. What is Upamavachaka?
Vat.
What is the Sadharana Dharma? Sadharana Dharma kaha?
Saundaryam.
Sundaram.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
No, Sundaram is given here, but we have to write it in Tadhittanta form only. Saundaryam only we have to write.
Okay.
Okay. Saundaryam. Sadharana Dharmaha Saundaryam. Griham Prasadaha Iva Vishalam Asti. Upamanam kim atra?
Vishalam.
Vishalam Sadharana Dharmaha. Upamanam kim? What is the Griham being compared to?
Griham Prasadaha.
Prasadaha. Upameyam kim?
Upameyam is Griham.
Upamavachaka?
Upamavachaka is Vishalam. No, Iva.
Iva. Sadharana Dharmaha kaha?
Vishalam.
Tadhittanta rupe vadatu?
Vaishalyam.
Vaishalyam. Because the dharmam, when you are saying the dharmam, you have to put it in that form. You cannot say Vishalam. Okay?
Okay. Vaishalyam.
Vaishalyam. We did this Tadhittantas in the first three lessons. Okay, you go over that. Sundaram is Saundaryam, it becomes. Sundarata also. Sundarata or Saundaryam. You can use any one of those two forms. Vishalata or Vaishalyam. Shurata or Shauryam. Like that, we can, two forms are there. We can use any of those two forms. Payohimam, himamiva sheetalam.
Upamanam is himam.
Upameyam?
Upameyam is payohimam.
Upamavachaka?
Iva.
Sadharana dharmaha?
Sadharana Shitalam will be Shitalata or
Shitalata or Shaityam?
Shitalata or?
Shaityam.
Shaityam. Okay. Shaityam.
Anantaram, tasyaha netre kamaladala sadrishe. Tasyaha netre kamaladala sadrishe. Upamanam?
Upamanam Netra.
What is being compared to what? First you identify that.
Tasya netre. Kamaladalam. It's like a lotus.
What is like a lotus?
The netra, the eyes.
So what is the upamana here?
Tasya. Upamana would be Kamaladala.
Kamaladala will be the upamana. Upameya?
Tasyaha netre. So
Tasyaha netre eva. Her eyes. Her eyes are like lotus petals.
Lotus.
Upamavachaka?
It's not given, or is it Eva?
It is given. Iva is not there. Another word is given in place of Iva.
Tasyaha netre kamaladala sadrishye.
Sadrishe. Sadrishe will be the upamavachaka here. See, earlier he said no. Instead of Iva, we can use Yatha, Vat, Sadrisha. All these used as upamavachakas. Sadharana dharmaha kim?
Sadharana dharmaha.
Is it given in this sentence?
No, it's not, I think.
So we can make a guess. Now, lotus petals and eyes, when they are being compared, what is the quality that we are looking for? When do you say somebody's eyes are like lotus petals?
Beautiful, when it is really beautiful.
Beautiful. So sundaram. So saundaryam. You can take it as saundaryam. And any other quality that you can think of? The vaishalyam also.
Wide.
Wide
eyes. So vaishalyam also you can take. The beauty you can take, vaishalyam you can take. Whatever quality that comes to you.
Okay.
Or maybe a person's eyes are beautiful. They may not be very wide, but they are still beautiful and makes you remember of the lotus petals. You can still use that. If they are wide, then also you can use that like that. Like I said, ultimately it is the intention of the speaker. Anantaram, tasya dhvanihi kokilasya iva.
Tasya dhvanihi kokila. Upamanam is kokila.
Upameyam?
Upameyam tasya dhvani.
Upamavachaka?
Iva.
Sadharana dharmaha?
Sweet or very sweet sounding. Madhuryam.
Madhuryam. Okay.
Madam, ఇక్కడ ఉపమానము కోకిలస ధ్వనికి చెప్పాలండి కోకిలని చెప్పాలండి.
యాక్చువల్గా మంచి పాయింట్ చెప్పారు. కోకిల ధ్వని అని చెప్పచ్చు.
కోకిల ధ్వని.
Because we are not comparing the bird itself to the voice, to the sound. We are comparing the koel's sound or koel's. So kokila dhvani.
Kokilasya dhvani.
Kokilasya dhvani. Kokilasya dhvani, kokila dhvani. That is again a samasta padam. Shashti tatpurusha samasa.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can either say kokilasya dhvani or kokila dhvani. It means the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Uttamam. Anantaram subhashitani. Padapanam bhayam vatat padmanam shishirat bhayam parvatanam bhayam vajrat sadhunam durjanat bhayam. So padapa means plants. Padapa means plants, that which have their feet into the ground. That is how they got that name Padapa. Okay. Padapanam means of the padapa, Shashti Bahuvachana. Bhayam Vatat. Vata means wind. So the trees are afraid of the wind because very strong winds can uproot them. Padmanam Shishirat Bhayam. Shishira means that winter season, right? The dew, where there is that dew, that will destroy the lotus. So Padmanam Shishirat Bhayam. They are afraid of the Shishira Rutu. Parvatanam Bhayam Vajrat. The Parvatas are afraid of the Vajrayudham of Indra. Sadhunam Durjanat Bhayam. And the sadhus, the good people are always afraid of the bad, because the devas are always in trouble with because of the asuras. So they are always afraid of the Durjana. So that is the meaning of this Subhashita. Let us look at the Tatparyam. Dhridamulaha api vrikshaha vegayuktasya vayoho karanatah patanam praptum arhanti. Ataha vrikshanam vayutah bhayam asti. Yadi himapatah bhavati tarhi kamalam nashtam bhavishyati. Shishira ritau himapatah bhavati khalu. Ataha kamalani shishira rututaha bhitani bhavanti. Purvam parvatanam pakshaha asan iti indraha tan pakshan kartitavan iti cha katha shruyate. So earlier there was a story that the mountains used to have wings. So pakshi means pakshaha means wings, and the Indra has cut off those wings using his Vajrayudha. There is a story of such kind. Ataha Vajrayudhataha parvatanam bhitihi. Sajjanaha yadyapi yasya kasyapi ahitam na acharanti tathapi parapidana swabhava yuktaha dushtaha vina karanam api sajjanan pidayitum arhanti. Okay, sajjanaha yadyapi yasya kasyapi ahitam na acharanti. Though the good people do not do any ahitam, any bad things at any point of time, tathapi, even then, parapidana swabhava yuktaha dushtaha vina karanam api sajjanan pidayitum arhanti. Even though the good people do not do any bad at any point of time to anybody, still there will be bad people who cause them harm. Ataha sajjanaha dushtajanebhyaha bhitaha bhavanti. Evam loke ekaikasyapi ekaikavidham bhayam bhavati eva. Like this, in this world, everything or everybody has some kind of fear towards something. Okay, so that is the first Subhashita. Let us look at the second Subhashita. Adhama dhanamichanti dhanamanautu madhyamaha uttama manamichanti manohi mahatam dhanam. Adhama. So here people are categorized into three kinds. One are adhama janaha, madhyama janaha, uttama janaha. And then we have the fourth kind, mahatam. Okay, mahat janaha. So here adhamas, they like only money. Dhanamichanti. Adhama dhanamichanti. Dhanamanautu madhyamaha. So madhyama janaha, they want a little bit of dhanam, they want a little bit of manam. Manam is respect. Uttama manamichanti. Uttama janaha manam. They value self-respect more than dhanam. Manohi mahatam dhanam. Now, manam itself means that self-respect itself is the dhanam for mahata janam. Okay, so these are above the uttama janaha. They manam itself is their dhanam, like vidya dhanam, mana dhanam. Okay, vidya dhanam, vidya eva dhanam. Avadharana tatpurusha samasa. Similarly, mana dhanam we can say means manameva dhanam. So let us look at the Tatparyam. Anuttamaha janaha jivane dhanamatram ichanti. So when they say dhanamatram ichanti, for dhanam they do anything. They don't have any morals. For dhanam they will do anything. Such people are called anuttamaha or adhamaha. धनसम्पादनम् एव तेषां जीवनस्य लक्ष्यं भवति. एतादृशं जीवनं कदापि श्लाघ्यं न भवति. Shlagham means appreciable. So at any point of time, such kind of life is never appreciated. Madhyama janaha dhanam manam cha icchanti. Dhanena saha manamapi ete icchanti. Ityataha etesham jivanam nindyam na bhavati chedapi ati prashastam tu na. So they may not be very bad, so they may not be condemned, but at the same time, they do not lead a life of very that which can be appreciated much. Okay, so they are right there in the middle. Mahapurushaha sadaapi manameva icchanti. Te dhanam trinasamanam bhavayanti. Manameva dhanam bhavayanti. Manadhananam etesham jivanameva utkrishtam. Okay. So here Uttama Janaha and Mahatam both can be considered as the same. So Manadhanam eva te icchanti. That is the Tatparyam here. Now let us look at the Kavya Katha. Naishadhiya Charitam. So in the previous lesson we completed Kumara Sambhavam. So the birth of Kumara, the purpose of his birth, and then how he killed Tarakasura. So the second Kavya Katha in this Kovida level is Naishadhiya Charitam. So this is about the Nala Damayanti. Okay. Samskrita Sahitye Pancha Mahakavyani Prasiddhani iti vayam janimaha eva. Teshu Raghuvamsham, Kumara Sambhavam, Shishupala Vadham, Kiratarjuniyam iti Chaturnam Kavyanam Kathaha Purva Patheshu Dattaha. Idanim Panchamam Mahakavyam Naishadhiya Charitam Adhari Kritya Tasya Katha Diyate. So these are all kavyas. But here we are studying them in the form of Kavya Katha. Okay, they are given in prose style. But these are actually kavyas. Mahakavihi Sriharshaha Naishadhiya Charitam Likitavan. Nishadha Deshasya Raja Nalaha. Tasya Charitameva Atra Kavye Varnitam. Ataha eva Kavyasya Naishadhiya Charitam iti namadheyam. Asmin Mahakavye Dvavimshatihi Sargaha Santi. So Naishadhiya Charitam is about Nishadha Deshasya Raja, Nalasya Katha. That is why it is labeled as Naishadhiya Charitam. Nishadha Deshasya, Naishadhiya. So this is also a Tadditta. Okay. Dasharathasya, Dasharatihi. Like that, Nishadha Deshasya, Naishadhiyasya. Okay. Naishadhiya Charitam. It has 22 sargas. This kavyam has 22 sargas. And it is written by the poet Sri Harshaha. Purva Kale Nishada Deshe Veerasenaha Nama Nripatihi Asit. There was a king by the name Veerasena. Tasya Putraha Nalaha. Nalaha Sakalasu Vidyasu Parangataha Asit. So he is well learned in all kinds of knowledge or vidyas. Niti Nipunaha Adhyayana Shilascha Asit. Okay. Niti Nipunaha api. Okay. He follows Niti. And Adhyayana Shilasya cha. Tasya Kirtihi Surya Chandrayoho Kirtimapi Ajayat. So he has the Kirti of Surya and Chandra, more than Surya and Chandra. Nalaha Rajya Bharam Swikritavan. So after his father retires, he took the Rajya Bharam. Nalasya Rajye Daridriyameva Nasit. Nalaha Bahu Sundaraha Asit. Tasya Netradvayamapi Kamaladvayamiva Asit. So he is not only a good person, he follows Niti, he is well-learned person in all branches of learning. And he, as a king also, he made sure there is no daridryam in his country. And as a person, physically also, he is a very handsome person. His eyes are like that of lotus petals. Mandena hasena saha chandrasya kantimapi jitavan. And with his smile, he has surpassed the radiance of the moon. Evam nalaha gunavan rupavan shuraha vidyavan cha asit. Etadrisham nripam kahavana adriyate. का वा स्त्री न इच्छति लोके नलस्य गुणान् न केवलं निषददेशीयाः प्रशंसन्ति स्म किन्तु अन्यदेशीयाः अपि प्रशंसन्ति स्म. So, who will not respect such a person, and which woman would not want such a person as her husband? So his qualities are not known not only in Nishada Desha, but in all other countries, neighboring countries also, he is well known for his qualities. Nishada Deshasya Samipe Eva Vidarbha Nama Rajyam Asit. So close to Nishada Desha, Vidarbha Desha is there. Tatra Bhimaha Nama Gunasampannaha Raja Asit. So the king of that Vidarbha Desha is a king by the name of Bhimaha. He is also a very good person with good qualities. Saha Shuraha Viveki cha. Okay, he has Shauryam and wisdom also. Damayanti Tasya Suta. His daughter is Damayanti. Sa Atyantam Rupavati Asit. She is also a very beautiful woman. Sa Viramakale Pituhu Bhimarajasya Sabhabhavanam Agachati Sma. So whenever she has time, she goes along with her father to the sabha. Tatra sangeetam shrunoti sma. Natyam pashyati sma. Panditanam sahitya shlokanapi shrunoti sma. Okay. So in her free time, she goes to the sabha along with her father and listens to music, watches dance and even the sahitya. Sabhante Vandinaha Rajnyam Prashamsam Vachayanti Sma. Okay, so Sabhante Vandinaha Rajnyam Prashamsam Vachayanti Sma. So at the end, there will be people who will be praising both the king and other kings, and they will be exchanging a lot of information. That also she will be listening to. So basically, at the end of the sabha, Vandinaha means people who talk good about other people. So they will be talking that Tasmin Avasare Videshiya Rajanam api Varnanam Bhavati Sma. So during that time, so after the sabha is over, these people who travel from place to place, they will be praising, kings. First, of course, they will praise the people in this sabha, and then Videshiya Rajanam api Varnanam Bhavati. And they also bring news about the kings in other countries, their qualities, everything. Because back in those days, they are the sources of news from one place to another. Tada Nalamaharajasya Varnanam Visheshena Bhavati Sma. So such people, when they are praising other kings, most commonly everybody is praising about Nalamaharaja. तस्य एकैकोपि गुणः बहुकालं गम्भीरवाक्यैः वर्णितः भवति स्म. So each and every quality is described in a very elaborate way. Sarve nalavishaye ativadara bhavam prakatayanti sma. Everybody shows that special respect and love or affection towards Nala. All of these people who are praising. Idam punaha punaha shrutva Damayanti manasa eva nalam apekshitavati. So listening to about Nala Maharaja again and again by so many people in so many ways, she grew fond of him. Bhimarajaha danashilaha. Tat karanat api bahavaha brahmanaha rajasamipam agachanti sma. Yathochita danani prapnuvanti sma. So he has a Danashilata. Bhimaraja has Danashilata. So he keeps donating, and people who come there, so because of that quality of his, many people come to take Danam from him. Te api nalam bahudha varnayanti sma. Even they are praising Nala. Teshu kechana ekante Bhimarajam uktavantah Rajan Nishadadeshadhipaha Nalaha eva Damayantyaha Anurupaha Varaha iti. See here how the Anurupaha is used. Means Anurupaha means Rupasya Yogyam. Means he is the most suitable for Damayanti. Why? Because here the comparison is made between their physical beauty at this point of time, in this particular sentence. Anurupaha Varaha iti. Imam Vishayam Sakhi Dwara Damayanti Jnatavati. So one of some of the Brahmanas who came to receive the Danam suggested to Bhimaraja that Nalaha only is the most suitable person for Damayanti. And Damayanti came to know about this proposal through her Sakhi. Ataha sa Nalavishaye Dridam Anuragameva Akarot. Now she made a firm decision. Earlier she was interested, but now since the proposal also came, she kind of made up her mind that she wants to marry only him. Etasmin eva samaye Bhimarajaha chintitavan putriyaha Damayantyaha vivahaha karaniyaha iti. Ekasmin shubhadine prataha Nalamaharajaha abhyanjanadikaryam परिसमाप्य प्रजाभ्यः दानानि दत्वा नगरस्य देवताः अर्चितुं गतवान्. So Nala is doing his morning routine after offering his salutations to Surya and performing the puja. After attending his people, he is going to perform puja. Tatra kechana brahmanaha nalam drishtva ekante damayantyaha rupa gunashiladini niveditavantaha. There again some people have described about Damayanti to Nala. Etena Nalaha api Damayantyam anuragavan jataha. Listening to that, even he started having feelings for her. Yatha yatha dinani gatani tatha tatha Damayanti vishayakaha nalasya anuragaha tivraha jataha. Damayanti eva maya parinetavya iti saha nischitavan. So listening constantly to this and thinking about her, he also made a firm decision that he has to marry only Damayanti. Ekada Nalaha vanasya saundaryam drashtum icchan ashvam aruhya vanam pratiprasthitavan. So once he wanted to take a small stroll in the vanam, so he climbs on his horse and goes. Vane sasyaihi pranibhihi cha tasya rajopacharaha kritaha. So in the forest, the sasyani and the animals, they performed rajopachara. Remember, even we had this with Dilipa, when he enters the forest, all the plants in the forest have showered him with flowers. Okay, so that is called rajopachara and it is done wherever a king goes. Tataha saha udyanam gatavan. From there he went to the udyanam. Tatra saha sarovare ekam suvarna hamsam apashyat. There he saw a gold swan in the lake. Eshaha hamsaha maya grihitavya iti nalaha chintitavan. So he thinks I have to at any cost get hold of this swarna hamsaha. Ataha saha swarupam hrasvam kritva kashtamurtihi iva sthitavan. Now Nala he is a well-learned person. He knows many things, right? One such thing is to change his form however he wants. He can make himself adrishya. He can change himself into any form he wants. So immediately he changed himself into a log. Kashtamurtihi means like a log. Tam murtihi iti matva swarnahamsaha tasya samipam agataha. So this Swarnahamsa saw this log and thought it is a log and comes near it. Tat kshane eva nalaha hamsam grihitavan. As soon as it comes close to him, Nala gets hold of that hamsa. Etat drishtva anye sarve hamsaha pujitavantaha. Tathapi nalaha hamsam na parityaktavan. So seeing this, all the other hamsas made loud noises, but still Nala did not leave this hamsa. Tada Suvarnahamsaha avadat. Yadi tvam mam tyajasi tarhi bhavata prarthitam upakaram aham karishyami. If you leave me, I will do you a favor, whatever you want. Tada Nalaha hamsam tyaktavan. Tam Damayanti vrittantam nivedya Nalaha uktavan. Hamsa shreshta Damayanti mam eva yatha parinayet tatha karotu iti. So he tells the story of Damayanti and how he is very much in love with her, and he says, you do whatever is needed for her to marry me. Okay? Naladamayantiyoho vivaha karya sadhanaya hamsaha vidarbhadesham pratiprasthitavan. So to make their marriage happen, Hamsa goes to Vidarbhadesha, leaves for Vidarbhadesha. Nalaha kasya deshasya raja?
Vidarbha Deshasya Raja. Nalaha
Nishada deshasya.
Nishada Deshasya.
Nishada deshasya raja. Damayanti kasya suta?
Damayanti Vidarbha Deshasya Raja Bhimaha Suta.
Vidarbha deshasya raja Bhimasya suta. Nalaha sarovare katham atishtat?
Kashtamurti iva.
Kashtamurtihi iva atishtat. Hamsaha kimartham vidarbhadesham agachat?
Naladamayantiyoho vivahakaryam
Sadhanaya.
Vivahakarya sadhanaya.
Naladamayantiyoho vivahakarya sadhanaya hamsaha vidarbhadesham agachat. Naishadhiya charitam kena likitam?
Harshena likitam.
Sriharshena likitam. Uttam. So now let us complete the Samskrita Sahitya Parichaya. Okay, and then come back to the Anvaya Rachana next week. Because we have 3 shlokas here. Okay, is that fine?
Bagini, that's fine.
So Samskrita Sahitya Parichaya. bhAratIya Darshanani. Yat Tatvika Chintanam Bhavati Tadeva Darshanam Nama. Prapanche Bahuni Vastuni Bhavanti. Teshu Kanichana Pratyakshani Punaha Kanichana Parokshani. Bhumihi Jalam Agnihi Ityadini Vastuni Pratyakshani. Jivaha Atma Punyam Papam Ityadini Parokshani. Ekaikam api vastu vichitram bhavati. Ekaikasya svabhavah api vichitrah bhavati. Etadrishanam vastunam vastu svabhavanam cha vishaye chintanam eva tattva vicharah nama. Saha eva darshanam ityapi uchyate. So basically darshanam means darshayati iti. Okay. So that which shows, showing what the nature or the qualities, the physical attributes of anything. Okay. So again, why should we know about the tattvam? Tattvam here means nature, you can say. Okay, either physical nature or any kind of that qualities, right? We have to know the tattvam of everything that is in this world. Only then we can understand the spiritual path. Only then we can overcome. Means only then we will know what is real and what is not real. So the study about the tattvam, the philosophy basically, is nothing but darshanam. Okay, that is what is called darshanam. And we have bharatiya darshanani. There are several darshanani because again, all people will not follow one single path. Everybody thinks a little differently. So as per their thought, for some people, see, even we all are parents. When we are explaining to our kids and when we have more than one child, what method works with one child may not work with the other child. Though they both are our children only, they are growing up in the same environment, but still we need to follow different methods to teach them something, right? So similarly, people in this world, all of them cannot understand one single path. So they need, so like that, several paths have evolved based on that. So several darshanani have come. 6 darshanani are there. Bharat Astika Darshanani, 6 we have. Again, Nastika Darshanani, we have different 3 more. So each of these 6 Darshanani will give a path for us to attain moksha. Whoever likes whichever path, they can follow that. There is one is not superior to the other. It only uses a different method of explanation, of understanding. Finally, what needs to be done is understanding of the world around us. However we understand, that is fine. Whatever examples you take to understand this world around us is fine. But the ultimate goal of all these darshanas is to understand the world around us, and through that, with that understanding, realizing what is real and what is not real, sat and asat. And only when you understand what is asat and what is asat, you will be able to attain moksha. Okay, so that is the purpose of the darshanani. So here, and some you can see, like Prithvi, Jalam, Agni, all these we can see with our eyes. But whereas Atma, Jiva, Punyam, Papam, we cannot see. So using the objects that we can see and feel with our Panchendriyas, all of them need not be seen. Some can be felt, like Vayuhu. Some can be only tasted. So using our Panchendriyaha, understanding the world around us, and through that understanding that which cannot be perceived by the Panchendriyas. Okay? That knowledge we have to gain. To gain that knowledge, we have to understand the things that we are able to perceive through the Panchendriyas. Okay? Not just seeing at the physical level, but having a much much more understanding about them than at the surface level, and the relation between all of them and everything. Okay, so that is all the tattva vicharaha, philosophical thinking. Tattvam, knowing tattvam, that is nothing but philosophical thinking. Darshanani astika nastika bhedena dvidha vibhajyante iti vayam janimaha eva. In the very first book, Pravesha level, you have studied darshanani, nastika darshanani, astika darshanani, right? 2 types. Deve shraddhavantaha astikaha, deva shraddharahitaha nastikaha iti vishwasaha drishyate loke. किन्तु दर्शनविषये एषः विचारः न युज्यते. दर्शनक्षेत्रे तावत् यानि वेदस्य प्रमाणम् अङ्गीकुर्वन्ति तानि आस्तिकानि इति उच्यन्ते. Okay, normally whom do we call astikas? Who believe in the existence of God. And whom do we refer to as nastikas? Who do not believe in the existence of God. But in the darshana context, Astikani are those who believe in the pramanyam of the Vedas. Means they believe in the existence of Vedas and what the Vedas say. And those who do not believe in the existence of Vedas or do not respect what is said in the Vedas, they are called Nastikas. So here you have to observe one thing. So just the existence of God is not called Astika. Acceptance of what is given in the Vedas should be taken as Astika. So here it clearly specifies that God is different from Veda. So our Sanatana Dharma also says the same thing. Vedas, it is a way of living life, right? Sanatana Dharma is nothing but a way of life. It never says, there is one God, you have to follow that one God. It never says anything like that, Sanatana Dharma. But of course, it is represented or reinterpreted in many ways. But we have to observe such points, okay, and understand, what Sanatana Dharma actually is. Many people forgetting that, they interpret however they want and make their own rules and their own opinions and then start giving statements. That we should not let that happen. Okay. So here, who accept Vedasya Pramanyam Angi Kurvanti Tani Astikani iti Uchyante. Sankhyam, Yogaha, Nyayaha, Vaisheshikaha, Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa cha Prasiddhani Astika Darshanani. Teshu Sankhye Purva Mimamsayam cha Devasya Prastavaha Nasti. So basically, we have 6 Astika Darshanani: Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa. Sankhya and Yoga are very close in concept, conceptually. Nyaya and Vaisheshika are again very close. And Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa are close. So the path that they take are very close. Only minor differences are there. So basically, they even sometimes say 3 Astika Darshanani are there, 3 classifications. Though they are 6 Darshanani, 3 types. And here, Teshu, among these Darshanani, Sankhye Purva Mimamsayam cha Devasya Prastavaha Nasti. So in Sankhya and Purva Mimamsa, not even a mention of God is given. Yani Veda Pramanyam na Angi Kurvanti Tani Nastikani. Those who do not believe in the Pramanyam of Vedas are called Nastikas. Those are Bauddha, Jaina, Charvakadini, Darshanani, Atra Udaharani. There are many more Nastika Darshanani, but the most popular ones are Bauddha, Jaina, and Charvaka. Bauddha, more than the other two, are more like rivals to Astika Darshanani. And I am telling this based on what my professor taught us during this paper. This was a subject in our MA course. So what he said was, for more than 100 years, there has been a war between Bauddhas and Nayayikas, means Nyaya Darshanam. People who follow the Nyaya Darshanam are called Nayayikas. So they had a war for more than 100 years. And what that war is about, we are trying to prove the existence of Vedas, while they are trying to prove that the Vedas do not exist. And for that, of course, all Astika Darshanani believe in the existence of Vedas, but only Nayayikas have taken up this responsibility of proving to Nastikas about the existence of Vedas. Okay, because Nayayikas are normally tarkam, means that logic and debating with logic. They are well known for that. Others are not very much, they follow their own thing and they don't bother about what others say, or they are not even worried about proving what they believe in to others. Whereas Nayayikas took up that responsibility of proving the existence of Vedas to the Nastikas, because Bauddha Matam took over Bharata Desham big time. And at that point of time, the credibility or the Veda Pramanyam has gone down, because it has influenced a lot of people. So Nayayikas took up this responsibility. Otherwise, more and more people will convert into Bauddha Matam. So they took up that responsibility. And this war, when I say this war happened, it is through granthas. So the Bauddha Mata will release a grantha saying why the Vedas are not there. Their logic, in whatever way they can, they want to convince people. And then again, our Nayayikas will write another grantha, proving whatever was quoted by the Bauddhas in their grantha, proving it wrong with our logic. So like that, the war has happened like that for so many years. And as per my professor, for the last grantha that was given by the Nayayikas, there was no grantha from the Bauddhas. So in that way, they were not able to prove the absence of Vedas. That is how my professor at least. So that is where the Indian logic system also has come out from Nayayikas. Why? Because when you're trying to explain something to somebody And if they do not believe in the existence of that, you should not use that as pramanyam. Say, for example, you are trying to tell the other person, there are Vedas. You won't start your argument with there are Vedas, because his argument is there are no Vedas. So how do you start? You have to start in a neutral way, where Vedas is not at all mentioned, but using the things that are already there, which are also accepted by them. Now, say, for example, for you to understand, now there is a pot, right? And then there is a child who has never seen a pot being made. So when that child sees that pot, you explain it to that child that a pot is made by somebody, and only then it comes into existence. Before that, it is just soil and water and whatever. So once the child is able to understand that, because it is something that can be seen and perceived, so then he will understand, okay, so before I saw, it was hard for me to believe that there is a creator for this pot. But once that knowledge has come to him, then it is easy for him to understand that other objects also will have creators, right? So similarly, this world also has a creator. So they used such logic. So their logic is there is no creator. But we believe that there is a creator for this creation. So I'm just giving one small example, but this is the way they built the logic. So they don't use directly the Vedas. So there has to be something, and they use all examples which are evident even for them, for which even they cannot say no. The pramanyams that they also use, they use pratyaksha pramanyam. So they use that pratyaksha pramanyam, and from that they go further and further and prove that our Vedas do exist, and what is given in the Vedas is also, holds good. So that is about the introduction regarding Astika Darshanani. Jaina Darshanani, Jainas, they outrightly do not deny the existence of Vedas, but they have their own, things. They outrightly do not, but they have some questions about the existence of Vedas. And Charvakas are totally different. They are like, enjoy your life, one life to live, enjoy. So that is how they are. They don't believe in rebirth. They don't believe in punyam and papam, nothing. They are just one life to live, enjoy. That's all. They don't care about whether it is a good deed or a bad deed. As long as they are enjoying doing that, they will do it. They are such kind of people. Okay. Charvaka darshanam. Chintana gambhirya drishtya pashyamah chet jnayate yat nimnastariyam darshanam charvaka darshanam iti. Brihaspatihi eva janan mohayitum priyakaraihi vachanaihi charvakamatam upadishtavan iti shruyate. Charvakadarshanasya swatantragrantah idanim na upalabhyate. Charvakadarshanam dharmadinam punyapapadinam atmadinam va astitvam na angikaroti. So I told you, they don't believe in papa punyam, dharma, atmadinam, means they don't believe in the existence of atma, all these. Charvakaha bhogavadam visheshatah puraskurvanti. Bhogavadam means enjoying. Enjoying is only their primary goal. Kintu etavata na nirnetavyam yat ye te भोगैकतत्पराः दुराचाराः च आसन् इति. अहिंसा, शान्तिप्रियता, युद्धनिषेधः इत्यादयः बहवः अंशाः तैः अपि प्रतिपादिताः. So though their main focus is on enjoying, it doesn't mean they do all bad things. Even they have some concepts like ahimsa, shantipriyata, yuddha nishedaha, such things. Okay. Anantaram, and charvaka means vak, means speech. Charu means beautiful. So those who follow the beautiful speech here means what everybody wants to hear. Now, if somebody says to you, you can eat anything that you want, anything that pleases you, you can do anything that pleases you, that is nice to hear, no? Rather than saying you have to eat only once a day and that too only sattvic ahara, you have to do tapas, if somebody says that, it is those are all difficult things. So they are not beautiful to hear. So that is how this Charvaka name came. Charu Vak, beautiful speech. Means that which is pleasing to listen to. Anantaram Jaina Darshanam. Jaina Darshanam Bauddha Darshanat Purvatanam. Asmin Darshane Siddha Purushaha Arhat Shabdena Nirdishyante. Ataha eva etasya darshanasya arhata darshanam ityapi nama. Mahavirena रागादयः रिपवः जिताः इत्यतः सः जिनः इति ख्यातः अभवत्. So basically, asmin darshane siddha purushaha, the siddha purushaha in this belief system are known as arhat. Okay, so that is why arhata darshanam is also another name for this. And they have ragadayah, means they have conquered their emotions. That is why that Jinaha name means he who has won over. That is how the Jinaha name came, and it became Jaina. Tataha agatam darshanam Jaina darshanam. Jaina mata pracharakaha tirthankaraha iti uchyante. Okay, the propagators of this matam are known as tirthankaraha. Tirthankareshu adyah rishabhadevah mahavirah cha antimaha. Okay, the first one is Rishabhadevah and the last one is Mahavirah. Laukikam anubhavam api te syat iti vadanti. Syadvadah Jaina darshanasya pradhanah vadah. Samyak darshanam, samyak jnanam, samyak charitriyam cha iti Jaina darshane ratnatrayam. Jananam jivanam nitipathe yatha syat janaha pravritti margat kramashah vimukhaha santah. Nivritta margonmukhaha yatha syuhu tatha etena darshanena vishesha parishramah kritah asti. So, laukikam anubhavam api te syat iti vadanti. Syat means might, right? It is that probability, indicating the probability. So, laukikam anubhavam api, even that which you can experience, they say syat. They don't confirm anything. Definitely this is there. They say might be there for everything, even that which you can see or feel with your panchendriyas, even that they will refer to as a syat only. It might be there or might not be there in that sense. Syad vadah Jaina darshanasya pradhanah vadah. This is their primary logic that they use. Samyak darshanam, samyak jnanam, samyak charitriyam. These are called ratnatrayam. Okay, and that is followed in Jaina darshana. Jananam jivanam nitipathe yatha syat, janaha pravritti margat, kramashah vimukhaha santah, nivritti margonmukhaha yatha syuhu tatha etena darshanena vishesha parishramah kritah asti. So basically, the purpose of their darshanam is to put people on the right path by having control over their senses and all that. They work towards that as much as possible. Bauddha darshanam. Bhagavata buddhena Bauddha darshanam pravartitam. bHaratIya shastradharasu Bauddha darshanasya prabhavah visheshatah drishyate. Bauddha moola granthaha bharate luptaprayaha santi. Videshiya panditanam samshodhanasya phalatah idanim kechana granthaha drishyante. Bhagavatah buddhasya anantaram bauddheshu bahvyah shakhaha utpannaha. So it has a lot of influence on even our bharatiya shastras. Like I said earlier, the Bauddha Darshana had a lot of influence on our bharatiya shastras. and most of the books are not available right now. Videshiya Panditanam Samshodhanasya Phalatah Idanim Kechana Granthaha Drishyante. Because of the research done by foreign scholars, we have some granthas now. After Buddha, the Buddhism has divided into many kinds. Taha cha chatasraha pradhanyena. So among the many divisions that happened, 4 are primary. Vaibhashikaha, Sautrantikaha, Yogacharaha, Madhyamikaha cha iti. Vaibhashikanam Hinayana Sampradayah, Anyesham Trayanam Mahayana Sampradayah. Bauddhanam शून्यवादः प्रसिद्धः यत्र किमपि नास्ति तत् इति अत्र शून्यपदस्य अर्थः न. बौद्धदर्शने शून्यपदस्य दार्शनिकः विशालः अर्थः अस्ति. बौद्धमतस्य धार्मिकाः बहवः अंशाः त्रिपिटके निरूपिताः सन्ति. So basically many divisions have happened, out of which 4 are more important. And the first one, Vaibhashikaha, are known as Hinayana Sampradayah. They follow the Hinayana Sampradaya. All other 3 follow Mahayana Sampradayah. Just remember the terminology. We don't have to go into the depth. When we have time, we can go further about what is Hinayana and what is Mahayana. And then they also follow Shunyavadaha. And by Shunyavadaha, it doesn't imply Yatra Kimapi Nasti Tat. That is not what they mean. They have much more, about what Shunyavadaha means. Okay. And their book is Tripitakam. Okay. All their rules are in Tripitaka. That is like their book. Vaisheshika Darshanam. So this is Vaisheshika Darshanam is Astika Darshanam. The first 3 are Nastika Darshanas. Now Astika Darshanam. Sakala Darshanapekshaya Vaisheshika Darshanam Prachinam. Compared to all the darshanas, this is the oldest. Darshanam etat sarva shastropakaram karakam asti. So all the shastras are kind of, from this. Etasya darshanasya pravartakaha kanadaha. Kashyapa vamshotpannaha eshaha Kashyapaha ityapi khyataha. Etat darshanasya chintanasya न्यायदर्शन चिन्तनस्य च विशेषभेदः न दृश्यते. लोके स्थिताः पदार्थाः सप्तधा विभक्ता अत्र. एतस्य दर्शनस्य मुख्यं प्रतिपाद्यं निश्रेयसं मीन्स मोक्षः. पदार्थाः निश्रेयस साधनभूताः. So basically Kanadaha is the one who has written this darshanam, and he is from Kashyapa Vamsha. So he is also known as Kashyapaha. And there is not much difference between Vaisheshika Darshanam and Nyaya Darshanam. And what both these darshanas talk about is padarthas, means like physics. In physics, we study about matter. So that is the same. Here, physics has a lot to do with these darshanas. And all the padarthas are of 7 types. That is what they believe in. And everything in this world, all the padarthas in this world belong to any of these 7 categories. That is their logic. That is what they try to prove. Okay, and the ultimate goal of this darshanam is moksha. Nyaya darshanam. Nyaya darshanasya pravartakaha sutrakaraha Gautamaha. Anyani shastrani iva etat api prachine kale moksha shastratvena eva prasiddham asti. Like I said, all our Astika darshanas' ultimate goal is to attain moksha only. But the path that they take are different. Chaturdashe shatake Gangeshopadhyayah etat pritak shastrattvena vardhitavan. Tataha tat navina nyayah iti khyatam. Okay, so basically Nyaya Shastram, after starting with Gangeshopadhyayah in the 14th century, a big turn has taken. Like I said, that is when they decided to contradict the Bauddhas. So this logic. They developed this logic and how to present that logic to the Nastikas. So it is called Navinya Nyayam or Navya Nyayam. Means modern. Navya means modern, right? So from in the old Nyaya Shastram, this logical statements are not emphasized on. In Navya Nyayam, that is the main goal of establishing this Navya Nyayam, is to make logical statements, and through those logical statements to prove the Veda Pramanyam. Yadyapi Vaisheshika Darshanasya Nyaya Darshanasya cha Sukshmaha Bhedaha Asti Tathapi Idanim Tayoho Abhedaha Eva Iti Pariganyate. Though there are small differences between the two Nyayas, they are still considered as the same almost. न्यायदर्शने ज्ञानमीमांसायाः प्रमाणानां च प्राशस्त्यम् अस्ति. न्यायदर्शने ज्ञानमीमांसायाः प्रमाणानां च प्राशस्त्यम् अस्ति. ज्ञानात् मुक्तिः इति प्रतिपादयति एतत् दर्शनम्. So basically, mukti, again, like I said, moksha is the primary goal of all this, and how through the jnanam, through the knowledge, to attain moksha. Okay. Etasmin darshane Ishvaraha anumanena sadhyate. So the existence of the creator is proved through anumana, through anumanam. Okay. Anumanam is a pramanam. Pramanas are again of 4 types, majorly. Pratyaksha pramanam means that which you can perceive through your panchendriyas. That which you cannot perceive through the panchendriyas directly, but indirectly, is called anumanam. Means, say for example, it has rained heavily during the night. You are fast asleep. You are not able to see. You are not able to hear the rain. Nothing. Tomorrow morning you wake up. Everything is wet. So you will come to a conclusion that it has rained. But did you see raining? No. Did you hear? Did you perceive that rain through any of your panchendriyas? No. But you came to a decision that it rained. That is called anumana. So anumana is coming to a conclusion indirectly through pratyaksha pramana. Pratyaksha pramana is something that you perceive through all your panchendriyas, either through your eyes, through your ears, through your nose, through your mouth, or through the touch. With any of these panchendriyas, if you are able to perceive something which is around you, then you call it pratyaksha pramana. If you are doing it indirectly, then you will you say it is anumana. So here in this Nyaya Shastra, Ishvara means the creator is proved through anumanam. Okay, like how I said earlier, a pot is made. Just because you did not see the potter making the pot, you cannot say there is no potter. You cannot say there is no potter. Similarly, though we don't see the creator with our own eyes, you cannot simply say there is no creator. So that is how they prove the existence of Ishvara. Of course, I said it in a very simple way. There is much more to it. Anantaram, Sankhya Darshanam. Sankhya Darshanasya Adhyah Acharyah Kapilah. Tena Pravartitam Sankhya Darshanam Kidrisham iti idanim na jnayate. Yataha etad darshana granthaha sarve luptaha asan. So Sankhya Darshana is written by Kapila Muni, and what kind it is exactly is not known. Why? Because that grantha is not available. Ishvara Krishnaha Nama Panditaha Karikam Punaha Nirmaya Etat Darshanam Ujjivitavan. So Ishvara Krishna is a scholar who kind of rebuilt this darshana through his karikas. Sankhya Darshane Prakritihi Purushaha cha iti Mulatatva Dvayam. Tataha eva Jagataha Utpattihi. So the Sankhyas believe that Prakriti and Purusha are the two Mula elements for this for the existence of this world. Prakritihi Jada, Purushaha Chetanaha. Purusha sambandhat prakritau kriya. Prakriti purusha bhinnam ishwaram na angikaroti sankhya darshanam. Idanim vividhani vedanta chintanani yani drishyante teshu sarveshu sankhya darshanasya prabhavah asti eva. Vaidya shastre api etasya prabhavah drishyate. So they believe in Prakriti and Purusha. They don't believe in another thing called Ishvaraha. They don't believe in that. Whereas yoga in Yoga Darshana, they believe the existence of Ishvara. That is the only difference between Sankhya and Yoga. Vaisheshika and Nyaya are very close. Similarly, Sankhya and Yoga are very close. The only difference is Sankhya people do not believe in the existence of Ishvara. Do not believe in the existence of Ishvara. They consider Purusha itself as Ishvara. They don't consider it something different. Whereas in Yoga, they consider Ishvara as a separate element. Okay, and Prakriti is unmovable. Purusha is Chetana, and because of the yojanam of Prakriti and Purusha, the Kriya happens, the creation happens. That is what they believe in. Yoga Darshanam. Yoga Darshanam api ati prachinam. Maharshina Patanjalina Yoga Sutrani Rachitani. Yoga Darshanam Ishvara Tattvam Angikaroti. So like I said, the only difference between these two is they believe in Ishvara Tattvam. Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha iti vadati Yoga Sutra. So Chitta Vritti Nirodha means the focusing of the mind. They believe in that. Okay, that is the first Yoga Sutram also, I think. Yama Niyamadayaha Yogasya Ashta Angani. Yogasya Paramam Prayojanam Kaivalyam. Again, moksha is the ultimate goal of Yoga Darshanam. Bhagavad Gitayam api Jnana Yoga Bhakti Yogadayah Saralaya Shailya Ramaniyataya Nirupitaha Santi. So again, yoga is of several kinds. Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and all that. In Bhagavad Gita also, this classification is there. It is the same, basically. Asanani api yogasya laghu angam. So many times when somebody says yoga, we think of only yoga asanas. But yoga asanas is only the very small part of yoga darshana. Okay, so that is the first thing. Means for our body to be physically fit, to go through this journey of attaining moksha, we need a healthy body. When your body itself is not healthy, what will you think? You cannot focus on your thought when you are having ailments in your body. So to keep the body healthy, the yogasanas are there. So by performing yogasanas, we keep our body fit and then we focus on the mind and go from there. So yogasanas is only a small part of yoga darshana. सामान्याः जनाः अपि योगदर्शनस्य केषाञ्चित् तत्त्वानाम् अनुसरणतः जीवनपरिष्कारं प्राप्तुम् अर्हन्ति. Even regular people also can attain moksha through following the yoga darshana, the tattvam given in yoga darshana. Purva Mimamsa Darshanam. Mimamsa Darshanasya Pravartakah Jaiminihi. Mimamsa nama Jignasa, Chintanam, iti arthaha. So Mimamsa means Jignasa, wanting to know, desire to know. And Purva Mimamsa is written by Jaimini. Mimamsa Darshanam Vedasya Parama Pramanyam Angikaroti. So they agree on the existence of Vedas. Vedasya Purva Bhaga Bhutan Brahmana Granthan Ye Sarvadarshanasya Paramadharam Bhavitavantah Te Purva Mimamsakaraha Jataha. So again, there is a classification of Vedas, which also we have studied in Pravesha, Brahmanas, and there is another part. So the Purva Mimamsa focuses on those granthas. Okay, Vedasya Uttara Bhaga Bhutaha Upanishadaha Ye Swadarsanasya Paramadharam Bhavitavantaha Te Uttara Mimamsakaraha iti prasiddhim gataha. So the beginning, the Vedas, if you classify into two parts, the beginning parts are called Purva Mimamsa and the later parts are called the Upanishads and all that which come at the ending of the Vedas, of each of the Vedas are classified as Uttara Mimamsa. Mimamsa Darshane Karmanaha eva Parama Pradhanyam. Mimamsa Darshane Vedartha Jnanartham Vishesha Pradhanyam Dattam Asti. Vedaha Shabda Pramanena Jnayate iti vadati. Etat darshanam. Vedasya apaurusheyatvam api etat darshanam pratipadayati. So basically this focuses more on the Vedas itself, what is given in the Vedas, and following that. And the jnana of the Vedas means knowing what is given in the Vedas, understanding that, following that. And importance is given to the karmas done by us. Okay, whatever karma we do, it comes back to us. That is all the Purva Mimamsa Darshana concept. And Apaurusheyatvam. This is very important point. Vedasya apaurusheyatvam. Apaurusheyatvam means it is not written by a man. Okay, Purusha. Apaurusha means that which is not written by a human. That is what it means. So Vedas are not written by humans. It is written by the Creator. Is a kind of again belief that the Mimamsas believe in. Uttara Mimamsa Darshanam. Uttara Mimamsa Nama Vedantaha means the ending parts of the Veda, the Upanishads and all. Upanishadam Adharena Atra Chintanam Kriyate. Vedanta Darshane Chintanasya Parakashta Drishyate. Okay, means the thinking, the philosophical thinking will, the ultimate or the peak happens here in Vedanta Darshana. So Uttara Mimamsa itself is known as Vedanta Darshana. Okay, Vedanta Darshane Prasthanatrayam asti. Brahma Sutrani, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishadaha cha. Prasthanatraya Shabdena Nirdishyante. So these three parts of the Vedas are referred to as Prasthanatrayam. Vividhaha Acharyaha Etesham Brahma Sutradinam Bhashyam Swachintananugunam Likitavantaha. Many people have written Vyakhyanam to Brahma Sutrani as per their understanding. Tataha Advaitam, Dvaitam, Vishishtadvaitam Ityadayaha Sampradayaha Pravrittaha. From these commentaries, like everybody has written as per their understanding, right? So some people have come up with Dvaitam, some people have come up with Advaitam, Vishishtadvaitam. All these came up, cropped up from the same Vedanta, depending on their understanding. Okay, depending on the understanding of these different people, these different concepts came. Vedanta Shastre Paralaukika Chintanam Yatha Tathaiva Aihalaukika Chintanam Api Visheshatah Kriyate. Bharatiyam Samanyam Janajivanam Sahityam Bharatiyam Samanyam Janajivanam Sahityam Bhasha Ityadishu Sarveshu Api Vedantasya Prabhavaha Visheshatah Drishyate. So not only about other lives, even about Laukika Chintanam also will be there in Vedanta, and it has affected the life, the Sahityam and the language. See, in every time we use na karma we use. So it is affecting even the regular conversation. Why? Because why do we say that? Because of the knowledge of this Mimamsa. Means we believe that whatever we do comes back to us, whether good or bad. That is nothing but what Purva Mimamsakas believe in. So it has affected the Purva Mimamsa, the Vedanta, Uttara Mimamsa this is. It has affected the concept, the Janajivanam, means the lifestyle of the people. Many people fear that and they behave accordingly. They don't do certain bad things. Why? Because they believe that karma will come back to them. So this Mimamsa has affected the way people lead their life, the Sahityam, the literary part, and even the language. So, shall we stop here? We can do this conclusion and the remaining part next week, because it is past, what time is it now?
8:15. It's past 8:15.
So our class is from 6 to 8. So let us stop here, unless you guys can spare a few more minutes, we can continue next week.
Yes, Bhagini, we can continue next week.
Yeah, we shall continue next week. So next week we'll do the Anvaya Rachana, and the remaining part is part of this Sahityam of this lesson, and move on to the 7th lesson. Okay. So,
Because we will have it at
Huh?
6 o'clock or?
No.
No,
Next week,
Tuesday, normal time.
Tuesdays and 7:30, back to our regular timings.
Regular time. Okay.
Only this week, since yesterday's Grahanam, Priya Bhagini asked if we can have today, and today Mahodaya can come only at 6 o'clock, so we changed it.
Okay.
Thank you, Bhagini.
Thank you. Shubharatri.
Dhanyavadah Bhagini. Shubharatri.
Shubharatri.